year than to give the sacrifice of food, because he'd been drinking. It says, lest they drink and forget the law and pervert the judgment of any of the afflicted. And that's for kings. Because if you see a king here, a king wasn't really supposed to multiply wives. When you go into the law, he wasn't supposed to multiply wives, horses, or nothing like that. Right? In fact, where is that? That's an where is that? That's an where is that? That's an is that in Deuteronomy? Wait there. Yeah, I got it straight away. Wow. The duty of a king. They all pray to Yahweh Shemashah. Deuteronomy 17 and 14. When thou art come unto the land which the Lord Yahweh thy God giveth thee, and shall possess it, and shall dwell therein, and shall say, I will set a king over me, like as all the nations that are about me. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose. One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother. Right? So first and foremost, you've got to pay attention. We're not meant to put a man of another nation over us. Like Herod. Yeah, exactly. King Herod, he was an Edomite.
Yeah, there's a lot more.
Okay. This is the point now, verse 16. But he shall not multiply horses to himself, nor cause the people to return to Egypt, to the end that he shall multiply horses. For as much as the Lord hath said unto you, ye shall henceforth return no more that way. Neither shall he multiply wives to himself, that his heart turn not away. See, but that was the only reason. That when you have multiplied wives, those heathen women will turn your heart away from the Most High.
Yes.
That's the only reason.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the only reason why a king shouldn't multiply like wives, because those women might turn away his mind away.
It's the kings that fell.
Yeah. Exactly. What did it say? Neither shall he greatly multiply to himself silver and gold. But Solomon did all that.
Yeah.
King Solomon did all that. You see, that shows you what the flesh can do to you, because he was still a mortal man. King Solomon was still mortal. That's why he fell away. But when the kingdom comes, we're gonna have nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
We're gonna be kings and we're gonna have multiplied wives, we're gonna have gold and silver, and we're never gonna fall away. Because why? Because the Most High is gonna make us perfect.
That's right. And that's beautiful, because we went into this. Remember, we was in camp about a year ago. We went into the same thing about King Solomon. He went off, because you remember, he knew the right side, he knew the wicked side too. There's some things that King Solomon did. You know what I mean? He did a lot of things, but the Lord did that.
He got into all those sciences, bro.
Sciences, witchcraft, all of that.
He got into all of that. The idolatries.
But he had to know that.
He got into all them idolatrous practices. He got into child sacrifice.
Yes.
All that wickedness, man. Because he knew all about it.
Yes.
How to set up the altars. Right, the different gods, he knew their gods, he knew the names of their gods, he knew the different ceremonies that had to be conducted, the different sacrifices.
Yes.
He knew all that.
You had to do one in that country.
He knew all of that, man. Right?
That's why he was beaten so much on the cross. Because he had to pay for all of that, but he came back into the Howard Shine.
Yes.
So it says, and it shall be when he sitteth upon the throne of his kingdom, that he shall write him a copy of this law in a book, out of that which is before the priests, the Levites. And it shall be with him, and he shall read therein all the days of his life. So a king here is actually going to read out the law every single day. All the days of his life, man. So you know, you got certain guys that want to be the king, or the ruler, or the main guy. To be the main guy amongst your people, you got to read out the law every single day. Every single day as a king, you have to read out the law. Do you have the discipline to do that? I don't think so.
Yeah, but just because he's a king doesn't mean he's a prophet.
Yeah, just because you're a king, man, doesn't mean you get to laze about all day and do nothing. You got, the scripture says, and it shall be with him, and he shall read therein all the days of his life. So you're going to read out the law every single day to the day you die? It was commanded for a king to do that, man.
Maybe that's why David wrote so many songs.
Yeah. That he may learn to fear the Lord his God, to keep all the words of this law and these statutes to do them. But even though King David wrote all those songs, he still went off. Yeah. He still committed adultery. Showing you that what? Just because he keep the law, he's still gonna go off, man.
That's right. And in a big way.
He's still gonna go off. Right. Showing you that Sakari and them guys, you don't know how what you're getting into, man. Because I know Sakari, Alizé, you ain't gonna sing songs of the law, but talk about loving the law like King David did. But King David still committed adultery.
He still committed murder.
Still murder. He still went off, man. Right? So what does that show? It shows you that what? We will all fall short of the grace, of the glory of the Lord while we're in this flesh.
That's beautiful.
You're always going to fall short. Okay? So what do we need? We need those new bodies. That's what we need. So it says, verse 20, that his heart be not lifted up above his brethren, and that he turn not aside from the commandment to the right hand or to the left, to the end that he may prolong his days in his kingdom, he and his children in the midst of Israel. So he didn't do it just for himself. He did it for the preservation of his people, man. That he never went off in any way. Because if you go off in one point, you're guilty of breaking the whole thing. And now you as a king, you're now responsible for the destruction of your whole people.
Yeah.
So it was a great responsibility.
It's nice to hear people believing what they talk about.
Yeah.
That's okay, isn't it?
Yeah.
Even in Clapham High Street, it's nice to hear people talk about believing what they talk about.
Yeah,
Is it not?
Fine.
How old are you?
I'm 33.
Really?
Yeah, 33.
And you, sir? And I want to ask you.
You don't believe it. He can't believe it. Like he's there to try and rob me. I don't believe that. Like, he's like, I don't believe that.
I don't agree with you, but it's nice to hear people believing what they talk about.
Okay, brother.
That's fair enough.
Nice one, yeah. Before you go, where are you from?
Swansea.
Okay.
In Wales.
So where's your father from? Where's your...
In Wales.
Your national?
Where's your father from?
From the Caribbean.
Whereabouts? I spent a lot of time in the Caribbean, Antigua.
I could tell, I could tell.
You're obviously born and bred in England.
Yeah.
Your parents were East Africa?
He's from here too. But his dad is Nigerian.
Oh, West Africa.
Yeah.
And you both?
My four parents are from Jamaica.
And before that?
Mandisa. That's what we teach.
Good luck, guys.
Okay.
Enjoy your evening. Enjoy your day.
Thank you, sir.
I hope you get a lot of people that have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take it. Have a nice day. You know, we teach that Edomites are gonna go into slavery. Should be a peaceable men, man. You know? We got a few couple more scriptures that we're going to close out. We will close out. Yeah, long enough.
Go to the You want to go? They give it out 2 or 3 at the same time. They're actually robbing their master. They're quite quiet, that's all, because they're supposed to give 1-1, right? But they give it all. They're going to go.
It's our 2nd Ezra 14, verse 15. Again, set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. For yet greater evils. Greater evils. So that's why right now we just have to gird ourselves up. Even the time it says show yourselves as men. Showing yourselves as men means what? Not going to the gym and bench pressing and being a man is standing up for your Yahweh Shai, man.
That's right. Taking a stand for righteousness.
Taking a stand for what is right, doing the right thing. In a world which is encompassed with evil. Rewarding evildoers and persecuting good doers, man. You know? Being a man is fucking standing up for the right thing, man. What you know is right and standing on it. A man standing on his principle.
You said there was powerful, Elder. This world rewards the wicked and punishes those that try and do good. Like if you try and do good, people see you as soft or weak. Like what's wrong with this guy?
Why do they say honesty doesn't pay?
Never.
That's what
Never.
they say. They're showing you that being honest in this world, being good, that's not going to get you anywhere. And that's why they say what the good man finishes last, nice guys finish last.
And they say again, the good have to suffer for the bad. Because sometimes when you're good, some people still going to put, you know what I mean? Because you're good.
And then when they say when you're dealing with a woman, a woman finds the nice guy to ventilate all her anger on for what the bad guy did.
Yeah. While the bad guy's off living his life being bad somewhere else.
Yeah.
And you're paying for it.
You know? But what does this truth teach you? This truth teaches you that there is a reward for well-doing.
That's right.
There is a reward for it. And there is masculinity in doing the right thing. Because it takes a strong man to do the right thing.
It builds up endurance.
And that too. But also, it takes a certain character to be held accountable for your actions. To admit that you were wrong. It takes a certain level of purity, goodness, and internal strength and maturity to admit where you were wrong.
Right.
But that's repentance. To actually pray to the Father and say, Lord, I was wrong. It takes humility, accountability, maturity, and all the other good things that come with that, man. That the people of the world can't do. That's why they can't repent. Because to repent, you have to look at yourself and say, I'm ugly, man. I'm wretched.
Oh,
You have to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I'm not perfect. Right? You have to say, I was wrong in what I did. Look at these people in what they can't say that. They'll be too proud to do that, man.
Acknowledgement.
They'll be too proud to,
Like that nigga that said he was saved, he was too proud to admit.
he was too proud. Listen, you can't imagine him protected. Proud for what?
I'm saved.
I'm righteous. I am not, man. Last precept we close up.
The book of Zechariah 7 verse 11. But they refused to hearken and pulled away their shoulder and stopped their ears that they should not hear. Yea, they made their hearts as an adamant stone, lest they should hear the law and the words which the Lord of hosts have sent in his spirit by the former prophets.
Right.
Therefore came a great wrath from the Lord of hosts.
There came a great wrath because they didn't want to hear the rebuke of the prophets.
I don't know. I was
Right.
waiting for someone. I didn't think he was going to come.
You hear that? Read that again, then we go close up. Read that again.
Zephaniah 7 verse 11.
I don't know.
But they refused to hearken, which is to hear, and pulled away their shoulder,
That's what they're doing. Come on.
and stopped their ears, that they should not hear. Yea, they made their hearts as an adamant stone, lest they should hear the law and the words which the Lord of hosts have sent in his spirit by the former prophets.
Now, when you make your heart as an adamant stone, what does that mean by that?
God bless, brothers. Yeah, bless you.
Okay, man.
Bless you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, that's good, man.
It's like what Pharaoh did. Harden his heart against the Lord's word.
Well, when it says heart, what does it mean by heart?
Your mind.
Your mind. And when you harden it, you're making it where nothing can enter in.
Yes.
Yeah, impenetrable.
Yeah, impenetrable, yeah.
When you make your mind hard against this word, you don't want this word to enter in.
No.
That's why you tough up yourself against it. Right? Come on.
It says, let me start again. Yea, they made their hearts as an adamant stone, lest they should hear the law and the words which the Lord of hosts have sent in his spirit by former prophets. Therefore came a great wrath from the Lord of hosts.
And the same is going to happen now. See how people that don't want to hear? Those that don't hear shall feel.
Yep. That's what Pharaoh saying.
Yeah.
You're going to feel it.
The Lord said it. But he said,
Where's FEMA? Where's FEMA?
yeah.
The Lord not going to answer your prayers. You know? The Lord is not dealing with the majority of his own people. He's only dealing with his elect. So when you start seeing your people getting fucked up and jacked up, don't have any compassion on them, man. You have to, the same way they close their hearts up
Yes.
towards the Lord, you have to close your heart towards them.
It says it here. It says it here.
Now read it.
Therefore it come to pass
It came to pass, meaning it
Yes.
will happen. Come on.
that as he cried and they would not hear, so they cried and I would not hear.
Uh-oh.
Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahshua.
See? The Most High is crying out to you,
Yeah.
but you don't want to hear it.
Through the prophets.
A time is going to come where you're going to cry,
Hey, come, right, yes, brother. Yes, brother.
where you will cry, and the Most High will make his heart like an adamant stone against your cries. See, the Lord, the Most High, he's tick for tack. He's like that, man. You know when they say hell has no wrath like a woman scorned? That's the Most High. Hell has no wrath than the Most High scorn.
Yeah.
You scorn the Lord, man, and the Lord is going to get you for that. That's why they call him the King of Terror in Job. So he's the king, meaning all horror stuff that comes from the Most High, man. The Most High can make creatures come to you, man.
Wow.
Animals come to you. Now your end might be terrible. You might have a terrible end and you just don't know it. The Most High can hide your judgment away from you and make it where you don't know how you die. You'll die in a terrible way. All because you didn't want to hear prophecy. Just overhearing, you know. But anyway, with that, man, we're going to close out. Barakah to Yahweh, Barakah to Yahweh Shai, Barakah to Yahweh. Rocket the Howard Shai, Rocket the Howard, Rocket the Howard Shai, Rocket the Howard, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakar Kodash. Kwam Yasharala, Kwam Yasharala, Kwam Yasharala, Kwam Yasharala. Yahushai, Yahushai, Rakatam. Yeah, man. Yeah. It's red. For the one, Yahushai, Mashab,